Hello everyone and welcome to Coon Rapids Sports Complex. I hope you're ready to play some ball. The Coon Rapids Cardinals welcome the Hill Murray Pioneers in an intra-division Twin Cities Suburban Conference game. And that is the first pitch. Chad Drexler puts it right down the plate in front of the first batter in the lineup, Steve Check, the starting pitcher for the Pioneers. He's batting .404 coming into today's game. And the second pitch from Drexler is outside in the dirt. So that will even the count at 1-1. And Drexler, after a fastball, will follow it up with another fastball strike. Cardinals coming in a bit of a favorite, third place in the West Division of the Twin Cities Suburban Conference. And that one is popped straight back up for a foul ball. Check will stay alive. Cardinals 5-5 in conference play, 9-6 overall. Third in the Twin Cities Suburban West behind Anoka and Elk River. Drexler with the ball low, evens the count at 2 apiece. This one fouled off, and Check will stay alive. There's a look at head coach Todd Klingsporn of the Hill Murray Pioneers. This ball club comes in 3-6 in the conference, 4-12 overall. Looking to turn things around. The called strike 3 on Steve Check sends the leadoff hitter to the dugout for the Pioneers. So Drexler strikes out pitcher number 1. Now he will face this second baseman, Andy Nolan. There's a look at the lineup for the Pioneers. Matt Kolausko is the shortstop. Adam Nelson hits fourth. Brian Tischler, Dave Capon, Nick Biagini, Corey Ryan, and Chris Toll round out the order.
Let's go. Good job, kid.
Andy Nolan, the first left-hander in the lineup for Hill Murray, bats .360. 1-1 the count, and Drexler brushes Nolan back. Fall behind in the count. That one ripped to left field, and it will drop fair. Nolan will round first, and he will slide into second base. Safe. So the Pioneers lose their first batter to a strikeout, but follow it up with a double from Andy Nolan. That will bring up Matt Kolausko. Kolauska hitting .561, also from the left side of the plate. He looks at Drexler with 1 out and 1 on, and he takes the first pitch to right field. Smith trying to get under it, and he will grab the foul ball. And Nolan hustles over to third. So Kolauska with the sacrifice fly for out number 2. That will bring up the catcher, Adam Nelson, with 2 out, and Nolan at second base. First pitch, he takes it to center field, and it is going to drop. He will have an RBI, and he will hold up at first base. So the Pioneers draw first blood, top of the first inning. 2 out, and Adam Nelson with the RBI single to center field. Bring up Brian Tischler, hitting 260. This is the first batter in the lineup, hitting under 350. Dylan Amdahl behind the plate for the Cardinals, has to readjust the face mask. A little dangerous being behind the plate. Drexler throws it across for strike 2. 2 out, Adam Nelson at first base. Brian Tischler behind at the count, 0-2. And he will stay alive. He protects the plate. Sends one back behind his team's dugout. Still an 0-2 count for Tischler. 2 out. Runner on first base is Adam Nelson. And Drexler gets the second strikeout of the inning. He gives up a couple of hits and 1 run. So the Cardinals will have their work cut out for them. Take another look at the called strike 3 to end the top half of the first inning. And Tischler thought about going, and actually it's not a called strike 3. He did break his wrist, come across the plate. And Drexler gets out of the inning and strands the runner at first. Take a look at the Hill Murray defense. Starting out in left field is Brian Tischler, Dave Capon in center, and Chris Toll in right. Joe Williams, the third baseman, Matt Kolauska, Andy Nolan, and Nick Biagini at first. Adam Nelson is the catcher, and Steve Check starts off on the mound for the Hill Murray Pioneers. So look at Check, 1-1 with a 3.2 ERA coming into today's game. And he will have his work cut out for him. The Cardinals start beefy in the order with Eric Hughes from second base, Dan Anderson, the left fielder, Chad Drexler, the pitcher, and Jeff Grebner is batting in cleanup. Wes Hoskins, Dylan Amdahl, Darren Petershevsky, and Ben Smith are the second 4, and Ryan Lang will hit in the hole from first base. Look at head coach Jerry Coe. Said before the game he's got some good ball players, just needs some consistency. First pitch from Andy Zach is low for ball 1. Strong breeze coming in from right field here in Coon Rapids. As Hughes swings hard and misses for a strike 2. And a big swing for strike number 3. So the Cardinals start out like the Pioneers at the plate, striking out with batter number 1. Dan Anderson hoping to do better. Left fielder swings at pitch number 1. Tischler headed back, and it is all the way out. And Dan Anderson with the first pitch dinger. And certainly didn't get any help from the stiff breeze out of right field. You can see the jersey rippling in the wind, but it didn't keep Anderson's ball from flying out over the left fielder, Brian Tischler. So the Cardinals quickly even the score with the second at bat. And it is 1-1 in the bottom of the first. Chad Drexler. Inside pitch loads the count at 3-2. Pitch, and it is strike 3 and strikeout number 2 of the inning for Chad Drexler. Bring up another left-handed hitter, Corey Ryan, the designated hitter for the Pioneers. Hits in place of Joe Williams, the third baseman. Good cut from Ryan, hitting .250 coming into today's game. Fouls that one off over the Cardinal dugout. Drexler.
Come on, one. Come on now.
Gets strike number 3 and strikeout number 3 in a row. So the Pioneers come up and go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the second inning with 3 strikeouts for the pitcher Chad Drexler. He's got 5 in the game already. Coach Klingsporn not too happy with offensive production in the second inning. Look at the last strikeout of the inning, and a lot of movement on that ball from Chad Drexler. Ryan not sure whether that was going to go high, low, or right down the pipe, and the umpire panning calls it out. Strike 3. On the other side of the ball, Steve Check had a pretty decent inning at the plate, other than one pitch I'm sure he'd like to have back to Dan Anderson, which Anderson put over the fence in left field for a round tripper. But he worked 2 strikeouts, 1 walk in the first inning. He will face Dylan Amdahl, the catcher for the Cardinals, as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch of the inning for Check is in the dirt, and Amdahl waits the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Ball outside. Amdahl takes the third pitch, and it will pop up in the infield. Called and taken by Matt Kolowska. So the infield for the Pioneers retired the first batter of the second inning, Dylan Amdahl. Bring up the third baseman, Darren Petershevsky. Petershevsky watches ball one. And Check not wasting a lot of time at the plate either. Two and 0 the count to Petershevsky. 3-0 with one out and nobody on. After 3 straight balls to start the inning, a fastball from Check right down the middle, and Petershevsky looks at 3-1. And he takes it to left field. It'll drop, and Petershevsky will hold up for a single. So the Cardinals get a runner on base with one out. The bottom of the second, tied with the Hill Murray Pioneers, 1-1. Right fielder Ben Smith comes to the plate. And a fastball down the middle for strike one from Steve Check. Off-speed pitch gets Smith to swing. You see Darren Petershevsky leading off of first. And the pickoff coming from Nelson, but not quite in time. Petershevsky hustles back to the bag. One and two the count to Ben Smith. He swings and misses, but the pitch gets by, and Smith will get aboard on the passed ball. So the Cardinals have runners at first and second with one out. And Ryan Lang at the plate. Lang right to third base, scooping it up, and the double play throw was not good from Joe Williams. It goes past Smith coming around third, and he will slide safe at home plate. Ryan Lang ends up at third. So Ryan Lang, the benefactor of a Hill Murray error, and the Cardinals able to take a lead 2-1. The Pioneers now having a little conference at the mound. We'll bring up Eric Hughes, who struck out in his first at bat to lead things off in the first inning. He's got 2 men out, and a runner at third base is Ryan Lang. And he swings the first one to the gap. Deep hole in center, digging it out, and getting the throw just in time, Andy Nolan to Nick Biagini. And an excellent defensive play from Nolan, throwing back across his body to get the out and end the inning only giving up 1 run. So the Cardinals get another one across, and they will take a lead 2-1 into the 3rd inning.
Hey, we've already had 3 guys, 8 guys that went up. We've had 4 guys go down. Look, swing the bats.
Look at home plate umpire Brad Panning looking on, and this was not his call. A good solid hit from Hughes going to the hole at second base, and Nolan hustling it out deep into the hole, and he will cross his body and fire across just in time to get Hughes at first and end the threat from the Cardinals. But the Cardinals do get 1 run across and take a 2-1 lead into the top of the 3rd. And Chad Drexler coming off a strong second inning on the mound with 3 straight strikeouts. And Chris Toll, the bottom of the order for the Pioneers, hitting .245 from right field. And he will lead things off here in the 3rd. A look at Chad Drexler, and pitch number 1, and Toll hits it short. Drexler gets it there just in time to Ryan Lang for strikeout, or for out number 1.
Go 1-6, come on now. Go check.
Here's another look at it, and Toll took that one, looked like off the abdomen or hip, but still called a fair ball. First pitch swung on and fouled back by Steve Check.
Go 1-6, come on now, put it in play, huh, bud?
Drexler able to get it to Lang just in time. Drexler with the fastball down the middle for strike 2. Drexler finding a rhythm here after the first inning. Started a little rocky. Steve Check struck out in his first at bat. And now looks at 2-2. Always an interesting matchup when the pitcher's at the plate. That will load the count. Both of the pitchers struck out in their first at bat. And now Check in his second at bat will strike out again, called strike 3 from Brad Panning, the home plate ump. So 2 up and 2 down to start the 3rd inning for the Hill Murray Pioneers. Andy Nolan coming to the plate. Had a double to start things off and scored the only run for the Pioneers in the first inning. First of 4 lefties in the order for Hill Murray. And he watches strike 1. Andy Nolan came into the game hitting .360 and certainly trying to improve on that, but behind in the count, 0-2 to Chad Drexler. Drexler looking to close out the 2nd inning in a row with 3 up and 3 down. And he does it with another strikeout. It's the 7th strikeout of the game, and the Cardinals will go back to the plate with a 2-1 lead. Another look at the heat coming across the plate. Big swing from Nolan, but Lang smokes it past for his 7th strikeout of the game. A look at the flag out there behind right field. And pretty consistent win since we started here this afternoon. But as of yet, a dry afternoon. And the Cardinals want to keep it that way as they head to the bottom of the 3rd with a 2-1 lead. Starting things off for him in the bottom of the 3rd will be Dan Anderson, who took the first pitch of his first at bat and went over the left field fence to even the score at 1-1. He once again hits the first pitch. This one not hit anywhere near as well. And a nice play made by Matt Kolowska coming in from short, and an easy throw over to Nick Biagini for the first out of the inning. And that will bring the Coon Rapids pitcher to the plate, Chad Drexler. As I mentioned earlier, struck out in his first at bat. And both pitchers aggressively going after one another. Drexler now with two strikeouts against Steve Check, and he would like to do it, but Drexler takes the second pitch deep to left center field. Tischler calls for it and makes the grab for out number 2.
They realize the ball's carrying to left center. They swing the sticks, drive the gaps.
Will bring Jeff Grebner to the plate. He walked aboard in his first time at the bag. Grebner watches ball 1. And takes the second pitch, fouled off the right field line. One and one the count. Steve Check pitching it in, and Grebner fouls it off again. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cardinals lead 2-1 with Jeff Grebner at the plate. 1 and 2. Steve Check. Pitches the fastball, but in the dirt. That one, the count will be full to Jeff Grebner. And Steve Check not looking to be very confident from the mound right now. A little erratic. But he finds the groove for that one to end the inning with his 3rd strikeout of the game. So the Cardinals put down the Pioneers 1-2-3 in the top half, and the Pioneers return the favor in the bottom. But the Cardinals lead 2-1 as we head to the 4th.
It's my birthday! Oh, It's so pretty. Oh, I told you, don't be bringing that weak stuff in here. Yeah. Who's the man? Who's the man?
Exercised lately?
Chad Drexler on the mound for the, those are his numbers coming into today. He has struck out 6 of the last 7 batters he has faced and seems to have found a rhythm here against the Hill Murray Pioneers. Matt Kolauska at the plate, and he swings and fouls pitch number 1.
Come on, Matty.
Kolauska sacrifice fly in the first inning to move the runner to third base.
Let's go, buddy.
Boy, Lisa,
And he hits this one. Ryan Lang making the play on his own. He'll get to the plate and make the out.
Come on, Nels. Come on, Nelly. 118, Nelly, buddy, what's going on?
Ryan Lang and Chad Drexler nearly colliding as they arrived at first base for the first out of the inning. Another look at it. Lang saying, I got it, plenty of time. Nearly colliding, but Lang stretches out with the left foot, gets the bag, gets the out. That'll bring Adam Nelson to the plate. 1 for 1 with an RBI today. Got a single to right center field in the first inning. Brought across the only run of the day, and half swing, pops it up. Drexler, the easy grab. And he was ready to walk off, but that's only the second out of the inning. We'll bring up Brian Tischler, who struck out to end the first inning.
Come on, Tish. Go, Tish.
Only 2 outs for Chad Drexler. Working on number 3. Hopes it is as easy as number 2. And it is popped up on the right side of the infield. Nobody's able to quite get there. Ryan Lang hustling was closest from first. Drexler couldn't get there as Tischler cut him off on the base path. And Tischler will return to the plate, 1-1. Lang will return to first base. Drexler straight across for strike number 2.
Let's go, Tish. Relax up there. Hit a big shot, huh? Here we go now, Tish. Come on, 12.
Evens the count. The ball high. And once again, 1 strikeout from going 3 and out in 3 consecutive innings is Chad Drexler. Full count, 3-2 to Brian Tischler. And Drexler faces only his 3rd 3-ball situation of the game. This one's taken to Jeff Grebner at shortstop. He gets it, but not in time, and Tischler beats it out. That'll bring up Dave Capon. Struck out in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. He's got 2 out now, and a runner at first base is Brian Tischler.
Come on, David.
Drexler with the fastball. It's hit to Grebner. He digs it out and ends the inning by tossing it over to Lang. So the Cardinals allow a hit, but no damage in the top half of the 4th inning. And still lead 2-1 as they head back to the plate. Steve Check got his 3rd strikeout of the ball game to end the 3rd inning. He will face Wes Hoskins. See there, swinging away, loosening up. Hoskins flew out in his first at bat to end the 1st inning. Hoskins, the only lefty in the lineup for Coon Rapids. And he swings at the first pitch. A bouncer, Joe Williams fields and gets it to be a genie in plenty of time for out number 1. Dylan Amdahl watches ball 1. Check wastes no time to throw ball number 2. Amdahl flew out in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. Now he will look at the 3-0 pitch from Steve Check. He will walk aboard the 2nd walk of the game for Steve Check. Paul Gizzoni, the pinch runner, coming in for Dylan Amdahl. And Darren Petershevsky, the 3rd baseman, coming to the plate. Got the singles to start things off in the 2nd inning. And checks on Paul Gizzoni. Petershevsky watches ball 1, or strike 1 rather. Takes this one right to Joe Williams. Williams to 2nd for the out, and in plenty of time to be a genie for the double play. So the Cardinals get the bats going, but right into the double play from Petershevsky to end the inning. Another look at it, Williams to Andy Nolan, and Nolan to be a genie just in time to get Petershevsky and end the 4th inning. So the Cardinals go 3 up and 3 down, and they still
every 4 babies is not fully immunized. Your child could get a deadly disease. Get all your babies' shots before age 2. You gave them life. Protect it.
It's a busy day here at the Coon Rapids Sports Complex. There's a look at the junior varsity game going on just over the left field fence here in Coon Rapids. The Cardinals varsity team enjoying a 2-1 lead as we start the 5th inning over the visiting Hill Murray Pioneers.
Here we go, 1-5 home Nick D. Here we
Look
go,
at Chad Drexler on the mound, and he is having a pretty good day at the ballpark so far, with 7 strikeouts through 4 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, no walks. Nick Biagini showing the bunt, but watching the ball high and outside, 2-0. Nick struck out in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. A half-hearted swing for Biagini means strike 1.
Healthy hack now, huh? 1-5, here we go.
And he swings again to load the count at 2-2. Even the count, I should say. Biagini was the 3rd of 4 batters in a row struck out by Drexler.
Good hang.
And he will stay alive as he fouls off way behind the left field fence.
Hey, take a good hack, huh? Here we go now. Shoulder to shoulder now. Shoulder to shoulder, head down, huh? Hit on a line. You know how to, huh?
And Biagini will strike out for the 2nd time today. Called strike 3 from home base ump Brad Panning.
Here we go now, quick.
Fastball right down the middle, and Biagini caught looking. Bunt attempt from Corey Ryan. Goes foul off the 3rd base line. Struck out in his first at bat, a called strike 3 to end the 2nd inning. That one right to 3rd base. Petershevsky, the easy scoop, and over to Lang for the 2nd out of the ball game, or the inning. Two away will bring up Chris Toll, who grounded out in the infield in his first at bat in the 3rd inning. And now he steps to the plate with 2 out, nobody on, and watches ball 1. Big swing for strike number 1 from Chris Toll. Look at the coaching staff for Hill Murray. Talking about batting stances, it looked like. About being more aggressive at the plate. See Toll 2-2 with 2 out. And Drexler makes him fan with the high heat, and that is the 4 innings for the Cardinals with only 1 hit. And Drexler doing most of the work with 7 strikeouts in the last 4 innings, 9 in the last in the game, and that one just about the shoulders of Chris Toll. Takes the big swing And that ends the inning. Cardinals looking to increase their lead, get some insurance, look at some fans looking on from the first base line. The Cardinals doing a good job getting as many runs as they have hits, not necessarily the same hits as runs, but that doesn't matter. Pioneers with the big error that cost them that second run, and as you see, 3 hits and only 1 run, they've stranded a couple. Ben Smith will lead things off for the Cardinals in the 5th inning. He got on base on a pass ball and scored the leading run. And quickly, check gets ahead 0-2. The 3-pitch strikeout for Ben Smith, and he walks away shaking his head. He knows he shouldn't have swung at that last pitch, which was low and outside. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Steve Check. And he delivers another straight down the pipe to Ryan Lang. Lang fouls the second pitch for strike 2. Lang reached base on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, and actually got that fielder's choice all the way to 3rd base on an error. And he takes this pitch to center field. Capon coming in. He'll make the grab. And that is out number 2. It'll bring the Cardinals back to the top of the order. That's a look at Capon in the field. Eric Hughes 0 for 2, as you see, with a strikeout and a ground out. And he puts one right down the 3rd base line for a single. And he will certainly stay aboard at first base. So a 2-out single for Hughes means there is a runner aboard for Dan Anderson. Anderson with the first pitch home run in his first at-bat in the 1st inning. And then he grounded out on a great play at second base. Anderson again to left field. This one Tischler has a chance, and he makes the grab to end the 5th inning. So the Cardinals once again can't make any get any damage done, and they leave one stranded. They lead 2-1 as we head into the 6th. Windy day at the ballpark for the fans that made it out. Cardinals enjoying a 2-1 lead as we head into the top of the 6th inning. And the pitcher, Steve Check, will lead things off for the Pioneers. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And Drexler only allowing 1 hit in the last 4 innings. Check to first. Lang easily over to the bag for out number 1. Ryan Lang taking care of that one. Steve Check not wasting any time. First pitch, grounding out. Andy Nolan, 1 for 1 in today's game, or 1 for 2 rather. Struck out in the 3rd inning. Big double in the 1st. He fouls pitch number 1. This one, a half swing, gets past Petershevsky. The throw from Grebner is just in time for out number 2. Very close call, kind of an interesting attempt by Nolan. The half swing lays it down in the left side of the infield. Petershevsky just can't get there. But Grebner is there in plenty of room and gets it to the Lang just in time. And Lang with a great defensive play behind the bag at first base, flips it up to get Matt Kolauska the ground out and end the top half of the 6th inning, 1-2-3. So after 3 quick ground outs, and we do mean quick, there were only 4 pitches in the top half of that inning. That will put the Pioneers back in the field. And Chad Drexler, the Cardinal pitcher, coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly out. To look at Matt Westerhouse, one of the subs for Mark Westerhouse, one of the subs for the Pioneers, getting in some batting practice. Maybe seeing him in the 7th inning. Steve Check, he really is playing still a pretty decent ball game. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Only allowed 2 hits, 2 runs. Drexler calls time, steps out, and back in. And the bottom half of the 6th is underway with ball 1. The pitchers obviously always want to hit the other pitcher, and Drexler going deep to left field. Backing up and making the grab is Brian Tischler. Not far from the fence, and Drexler, for the 2nd time in a row, goes deep to left, but ends in a fly out. We'll bring up Jeff Grebner. There's Brian Tischler. Been a busy man out there in left field. Grebner swings hard at the slider from check for strike one. That one straight through and off the shin pad of the umpire, Brad Panning. So 1 out, nobody on for Jeff Grebner. And he watches ball 2 low and outside. He'll take this one to the gap, and not quite. Andy Nolan getting in the way for the liner out infield fly. That will bring up Wes Hoskins. And he swings at the first pitch, gets it over the second base bag, and he is aboard. His first hit of the day. So the Cardinals once again with a runner on and 2 men out. Dylan Amdahl flew out in the second inning, walked aboard in the fourth. And now with 2 out and a runner at first base. Fakes the bunt, and Hoskins hustles back before Nelson's throw gets to Biagini. Hoskins back to first base in time. That one off of Adam Nelson. Hoskins rounds second, and he will stay there. And now 2 out, runner in scoring position is Wes Hoskins at second base. And 1-1 the count to Dylan Amdahl. Hoskins taking a sizable lead. Amdahl swings and gets just a piece of it. Short breakout as short break as the JV ball must be returned to the JV game. That is Mark Westerhouse out in left field. And this one right to Joe Williams. He fields it and gets it over in time to stop Amdahl and end the 6th inning. So the Cardinals get a hit but can't get anyone across, and they will try and keep their lead 2-1 as we go to the 7th and final inning. Stick around. So look at Dylan Amdahl behind the plate for the Cardinals. Warming up. Or, it's not Dylan Amdahl, no, that's Mike Wayant. And they're warming up for Dylan Amdahl. helping warm up Chad Drexler. Drexler having a pretty stellar performance from the mound with 9 strikeouts through 6 innings. And he has only given up 1 hit in the last 5. 3 hits and 1 run all day long. Look at the leadoff hitter for the 7th inning, Adam Nelson. And he takes the first pitch deep to left center field. It will drop before the fence. He's rounding first, and he will hold up with a stand-up double. Adam Nelson representing the tying run leads things off and gets to second. He'll be replaced by Matt Weingartz as a pinch runner on second. And that will bring up Brian Tischler. Tischler, 1 of 2 with a single in his last at bat. And his bunt attempt will go foul. Weingartz showing a big lead on the first pitch. We'll see if he does so again. Get Tischler at the plate. Got the full out single with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Shows the bunt, but pulls it back. Ball 1. Nobody out. The runner at second base is Matt Weingartz, and the Pioneers trail by 1. Drexler thinks about going for the leader, but will go over and pick up Tischler instead. But the tying run now at third base with 1 out, and Dave Capon at the plate. Capon is 0 for 2, struck out, grounded out.
You just send the ball out there, Dave. Here we go now, buddy. Here we go, Dave. Here we go. Home point.
And he rips the first one and easily picked up and moved over from Hughes to Lang, but it gets the run across and ties the game at 2 apiece. So now the Coon Rapids Cardinals will certainly bat again at least once. Chad Drexler. This is Mike Patterson in for Nick Biagini. Mark Westerhouse in, rather. And for Nick Biagini. 2 outs, nobody on, tie game at the top of the 7th, and ball 1 low.
Westy. Hey, home Mark, home Mark. Let's go 2-2, come on now. Come on, Westy. Come on, Mark. Here we go, Westy. Here we go, big host.
Couple down the pipe from Chad Drexler, 1 and 2 to Westerhouse. Weingartz. Westerhouse. Westerhouse. Chops this one Drexler makes the grab and moves it to Lang to end the 7th. But the Pioneers are able to get one across and tie the game at 2. So the Cardinals will head back to the plate to try and end it in 7. Cardinals will lead off with Darren Petershevsky, who is 1 for 2 in today's game with a single in the 2nd and a double play grounder in the 4th. Coach Coe over having a little word with his team. And Steve Check trying to stay alive and force an 8th inning. Let's look at Coach Coe. With the pickoff throw and around the horn, the Pioneers are ready in the outfield. Petershevsky checks with Coach Coe on the third base line. Steps in and is ready to start the bottom half of the 7th inning. First pitch is in the dirt. Petershevsky being patient, making Check pitch to him. Check walks the leadoff batter, Darren Petershevsky, his 3rd walk of the game. Through 7 innings, Chad Drexler for the Cardinals not allowing one free base, not allowing a base on balls at all. 9 strikeouts through 7 innings. Take a walk out to the mound. The team meets up, and nobody warming up yet for Hill Murray. So trying to keep his confidence up. As he faces Ben Smith.
Right there!
Swings hard for strike 1. Now he shows bunt and fouls it back behind him. The winning run is at first base, Darren Petershevsky. There he is. Oh, and 2 the count to Ben Smith.
Step off! Stay down, here we go!
Joe Williams ready to hustle in for the bunt from third base. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and foul ball out of play. Smith will stay alive.
Come on, Steve.
Beaver, you got in a comebacker now, okay? Make sure you know you got in a comebacker.
Coach Coase signaling in what he wants done.
Go.
And this one deep for Ben Smith, deep to center field. Tischler over, but making the grab in front of him is Dave Capon, and Petershevsky doesn't have enough time, so the runner is still at first base.
Hey, boy! You gotta come hard. We get the all that
Bring
one,
up
huh?
Ryan Lang. The runner at first base, one out.
David!
Lang is 0 for 2 today. Coach Coe saying he really needs to pick up the bat a little more. And he drills the first one straight out to Capon for out number 2. Tough to try and beat that strong wind from right field. And now 2 outs with runner Darren Petershevsky at first base. Eric Hughes singled in the 5th inning.
Come on, 16.
Yep.
Good job. Good job. That'll boy 18.
Check gets him to swing at pitch 1.
Joey, this big.
And the Cardinals very close to stranding their leadoff runner, Darren Petershevsky. There's a hit straight to Andy Nolan to end the 7th inning. We're going to extra innings, tied at 2.
Thousand eyes are on me. Shouting, Casey, go all the way. First base, second base, third base. Make your move today. Do it, Casey, do it. Score mighty, Casey, score. I just don't get it. Is that what girls are for? If you don't talk with your kids about sex, who will? Our free booklet can help.
Cardinals trying to recapture a lead as they head to extra innings. Inning number 8 coming up. Chad Drexler still on the mound for Coon Rapids. Look at head coach Jerry Coe and the Coon Rapids Cardinals dugout. Corey Ryan leading things off. The designated hitter is 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. He watches strike number 1. Fouled off the third base line. Drexler looking very aggressive from the mound in the 7th inning, or in the 8th inning, rather. So far, pitching quite a game for the Cardinals. Ryan fouls it back and stays alive. batting .250 coming into today's game. Drexler with a 3.92 ERA coming into today.
Let's go, Coon. Let's go, Coon. Let's go, what?
Working on improving that. 1-1 is his record. 1-2 is the count. And the fastball is just a bit high.
Come on, Coon.
Drexler thought the fastball was in the batting box, but that's not the call from Brad Panning, the home plate umpire. Ryan stays alive again. Two and two, the count to Corey Ryan. Top of the first extra inning here in Coon Rapids. And Corey Ryan fouls off the third extra strike to stay alive, making Drexler work for the out. And that is strike number 3 and strikeout number 10 of the ball game for Chad Drexler. Another look at Ryan with keeping the bat on the shoulder. Drexler able to blow it by him. Andy Fecht at the plate for his first at bat. Replaces Chris Toll. Fires it right down the middle for strike 1. Let's look at Coach Todd Klingsborn giving some encouragement and instruction. There he is, along the third base line. Strike 3 called on Andy Fecht for strikeout number 2 of the inning from Chad Drexler. That will bring up the pitcher, Steve Check, with 2 out, nobody on. Another look at it. And a lot of movement on the ball from Chad Drexler, keeping the Hill Murray batters guessing a little bit. Check is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And he swings hard at pitch 1. And now behind in the count, 0-2. And Drexler trying to get out of inning number 8. Curveball goes quite a bit outside. One and two, the count to Check. And he swings at this one. High fly ball to center field. Hoskins running to get under it, and he will make the grab to end the top half of the 8th inning. As the Pioneers go down 1-2-3. And the Cardinals, after leading most of the game, trying to fight their way out of a 2-2 tie. Cardinals trailed 1-0. Hill Murray getting a run in the first inning. The Cardinals then evened things with a Dan Anderson home run in the bottom half of the first inning, and it took a lead on an error. Ben Smith coming across the plate in the second inning, and held on to that lead until the 7th inning, when the Pioneers were able to work a runner around and score the tying run to force extra innings. Now heading into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Steve Check remains on the mound for Hill Murray. They were out to calm him down a little bit after walking the leadoff hitter in the 7th. And he will now face Dan Anderson, who is 1 for 3 with the home run. Strike with the fastball down the middle. Evens the count at 1-1. Anderson swings and gets a piece, but that will put Check ahead in the count, 1-2. And Check hits Anderson to once again put the leadoff hitter on base. Another look at it. Anderson gets it right in the back of the ribs, and appeared to be okay, as he didn't show any signs of being in pain as he walked to the first base bag. And that will bring up Chad Drexler, who is 0 for 3. He has gone deep to left field a couple of times to fly out. He watches strike 1. Drexler swings hard. It's popped up hard on the left field side, but it will fall harmlessly out of play. To the count to Drexler, with nobody out and a runner at first base. The winning run is Dan Anderson. Two straight balls from Steve Check evens the count at 2-2. A correction, it is 3-1. Coach Jerry Coe coming in to correct the count. And so now Drexler 1 pitch away from walking aboard and moving the winning run to second base. Check will gun over and make Dan Anderson jump back to first base. Chad Drexler watches the inside pitch, and the first 2 batters are aboard for Coon Rapids. The game-winning run is at second base with nobody out, and coming to the plate is Jeff Grebner. Ryan Wilson comes out to first base to take over the base running for Chad Drexler. And Hill Murray coach Todd Klingsporn out to settle his team at the mound with nobody out and 2 runners on in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Coach Coe taking the opportunity to talk with his ball players, especially his base runners as well. And you see number 9 there is Jeff Grebner. He is at bat, coming up to the plate. And Grebner is 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Adam Nelson will keep a close eye on Dan Anderson on second base. Anderson on his way, but the throw to Joe Williams in plenty of time to pick off Dan Anderson.
Hey, still might do it.
But Ryan Wilson moves to second base, so still the winning run is in scoring position. 3-0 the count to Grebner. And Grebner walks aboard. That will bring Wes Hoskins up with 1 out and runners at first and second. The winning run is Ryan Wilson at second base in the bottom half of the second inning. Hoskins is 1 of 3 with a single in the 6th. Double in the 6th. Hoskins lays the bunt down, foul. The Hail Mary defense very ready for the bunt along the third base line. Hoskins drills it to center field. It will drop. Wilson is going to hold it up at third, and that will load the bases for Coon Rapids. So Hoskins 2 for 4 and bases loaded for Dylan Abdahl with 1 out. He's 0 for 2. Coach Coe wants to give some last minute instruction to Abdahl. Talk a little strategy. With only 1 out, certainly a possibility for an easy sacrifice if he can get it deep enough in the outfield. Ryan Wilson on third has the wheels to get home. swings at the first pitch deep to center field. Dave Capon back to grab it. He makes the catch. Here comes Wilson from third. The throw is coming, but nowhere near in time. Wilson will come home with the game winner. So the Cardinals make it suspenseful, but Dylan Abdahl with the sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 8th inning to give the Cardinals a 3-2 intra-division win over East rival Hill Murray Pioneers. Very exciting game, and there's a happy lineup for the Coon Rapids Cardinals as they win in front of the home crowd. Dylan Abdahl, the hero with the sacrifice fly. Of course, Dan Anderson, a big part of this game as well with the whole solo home run in the bottom of the 1st inning to get the Cardinals going. And Dylan Abdahl cleaning up as he puts a deep shot to center field to bring home Ryan Wilson. There's a look at your final score. Certainly, thank you for joining us. Hope you'll tune in again next time. For all of us here at CTN, good night, everybody.